Hi, welcome to DQSpider for Data Lake, a fully automated data quality solution as a service. With DQSpider, you are able to extract data quality rules for millions of rows within 1 hour and gets you the real-time monitoring of your data quality scoreboard. This is an AI-based solution which runs both on-prem and cloud. Totally business-friendly DQ solution. Absolutely no coding required. So this tool is designed for data governance team, for the folks in the business who really understands the data, and you get a executive data quality dashboard. Now with that, let's talk about some of the key data quality challenges as we build the data lakes. Some of the key challenges are operational data, where data is owned by the different operational teams, and when the multiple data sources are being ingested into the data lake, it results in a lot of attributes with the same names, and the data lake is not able to resolve the conflicts. Moving on to the ownership of the data. Data is truly owned by the business, and they understand the data quality rules, but they are not expert in the programming. So there is some disconnect between who can fix the data versus who owns the data. We've also seen ongoing inability to see the how data quality is trending month over month and so on and so forth. And because of lack of visibility into data quality, the financial impact is clearly not visible. What if you have a policy is missing, or policy IDs are missing, and then ongoing technical debt. Some of these are very prevalent data quality challenges, especially in the context of when we build the data lake. In this architecture, you see that there are three main layers. One is data ingestion layers, data management layer, and data consumption layers. While people within the data engineering team are experts in building these layers, what usually lacks or miss out is the quality of the data that is being ingested into these data lakes. And many times these data lakes ends up becoming more like a data swamp. In the same context, the tool that the DQSpider tool that we are going to talk to you really helps you to automatically detect and identify almost 60% of the challenges that are associated with the data quality on the dimensions such as completeness, consistency, statistics, or profiling of the data. And it is all done in an automated way. The way the DQSpider works is a fairly simple. All you have to do is really point the DQSpider to where the data source exists, whether the data is in the JSON file, CSV, traditional RDBMS. Put the data into this AWS secure buckets or on-prem, which basically kickstarts the entire process. The whole thing is fully automated. The DQSpider, as step 2, DQSpider will extract the rules automatically. Then it will create a DQ dashboard, which you can see it to see the data quality rules that have been extracted out of it, as well as the metadata. As a step 4th is really where the data stewards and some of the data governance team is really able to update the data quality rules, add more rules, and enable these rules before productionalize them, so that there's a human control involved it. And once you productionalize the data control, you get this dashboard where you see how the data quality is trending and what are the new data quality issues that are propping up. So that's really fully automated. These are some of the screens that you would see as part of our demo, which I'm about to start. And and then there are a lot of additional data quality rules that can be added into our tool. So with that, let's get into the actual action. So we are going to start with this file. This is a Florida construction insurance file. It has about 50,000, I believe, 50,000 records and 20 wide column. We see that there is a policy ID, a state code. The state code is always Florida. All the counties within Florida. Then if we go down, we know the Florida geographically exists on the negative longitude. So we want to make sure that we are not getting data with the longitude as a positive, because that will result in the construction not being in Florida. and the construction type is really a couple of the construction type, which is masonry, wood, reinforcement, and the line is residential and commercial. So we are going to run this file, extract the rules, and once we extract the rules, enable the rules, then we will basically see we will run another file, which is really going to be a production file, which would have a data quality issues. So once I run this file, it'll take about 10 minutes. It's a fully automated process. Within 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, there are a bunch of dashboards. You will be able to see it. So the first dashboard is really the metadata. It's really all the data about the data. So let's click on it, and this is going to give us all the column names that exist within the file that we just submitted. So these are a bunch of columns, and in below it you can see the data type for these columns, table name, whether the column is nullable or not, and the position whether this column exists. So this gives a fairly high level view about the metadata itself. Now when we go to the next tab, this is really where the meat lies, or the core data quality rules extracted. So below is a table where the DQSpider automatically extracted about 20 or so rules for this file that we submitted it. So for example, one of the rule it extracted automatically is that the construction has a value of only wood, masonry, reinforced at least 95% of the time. That at least there is a chance that 5% the value is outside of this range. Similarly, construction value is not null. So if we submit a file in production where the value of construction type is not one of those fours, then we are going to see an error. Similarly, we know the county is not null. The county has to have a value, and the value for counties in Florida has to lie within the given range. And again, remember, I have not hard coded any of these county names. It just extracted out of what it saw the data. Similarly, if you go down, we said that the point longitude cannot be null, right? The state value has to be in Florida, state code cannot be null, policy ID cannot be null. So and so forth. These are the bunch of rules it automatically extracted. Now as part of so let's say what we are going to do as part 2 is really have a human analyze these rules, which is very essential. So this is where you are able to enable the rules. So I've already gone ahead and enabled a bunch of rules. One rule that I have enabled is saying that the line has to be within the retail and commercial. So this rule will be enforced. Similarly, policy ID cannot be null. The state code is not null. And then I said construction has to be fall into one of these categories. So I went ahead and added bunch of rules, enable bunch of rules. If you like, you can simply add more rules here called create suggestions, and then on the second tab, a lot of statistical or profile type of data rules can be added here without any type of coding. So with that, I'm going to open up another. This was the sample file. Now what we are going to do is submit really a production file once these rules have been enabled. Now in the production file, let me close this existing file first before I open the production file. So we are going to open the production file, and in the production file we see that there is a policy ID missing, Florida state code is missing. In some cases, I've added the point longitude is positive, so it should pick up all these it should flag all these data quality rules that it had failed. And when I simply go ahead and submit this file, what we see is really that our tool has picked up all these data quality failures. So if we go into the data quality verification, and then it gives you the overall view of all the different types of tables that are running, their attributes, and what is the current status of the rules failure and success. So let's go ahead and click on this failure. When you click on the failure, basically we see here that this file has come in for multiple days, December 14th, December 18th, and what are the fields that have failed. Now obviously we see that the field that we were anticipating that the policy ID cannot be null, and it says that it found out that 99% of the values were there, but there were some missing, and we wanted policy ID to be 100%. So this constraint failed because remember the policy ID cannot be null. Similarly, another rule we said that the policy has to fall in in terms of the compliance that it needs to be either residential or commercial. But I bet you that one of the field there is retail or something, and same thing it happened here, that not all the values find within the same range. There were a bunch of places where Florida state code was not provided, so it picked up that. So you are able to get all these issues detected here. Now, if we go little bit up onto the DQ scorecard, which gets updated into the real time, this is really for an executive level people. So you can see what's going on with your data over period. So if I click on one of the columns, let's say constructions, or maybe let's click on the policy. Where is the policy ID? Let's see the construction, and you would see that the file, there are 3 times this file has come into production. The construction field has always been 100% complete. There are no missing fields. If we click on the state code, we see the similar thing there. I wanted to see the policy field here. Apparently here is a policy field, and then we can see that the policy field has been not 100% complete. There is 1% field is missing. Similarly, in terms of the record counts below, it will give you the number of records that have come through on a daily basis. So you'll see how it is trending. So we can see in a different dates the different number of policies are coming again, and then there are another DQ dimensions, which is completeness in the compliance tab. In the compliance tab, it will tell you whether your compliance in terms of construction falls within one of these categories, county falls within one of these Florida counties, and if it does not, you will see the value here. So it probably says you're out of compliance here because 95% of the values are outside of the range of the construction type of. So again, this dashboard is completely customizable, but the point here is that you can, with our tool, you are able to do a high-speed data quality without any manual coding. All you have to do is point your data, and the rest of the process is done automatically. Thanks for watching. Bye.